You've just entered the digital underworld. Here, we expose the darkest cybercrimes, real stories of hackers and secrets buried deep in the shadows of the web. Welcome to Dark Web Criminal, where the threat isn't visible, it's encrypted. The attack, March 22, 2018. City employees in Atlanta start their day as usual, until they notice something strange. Computers aren't working. Files are encrypted. A message flashes across screens. All your files are encrypted. Send 6 bitcoins to this address, or your data will be permanently deleted. The entire city government, over 8,000 employees, is instantly paralyzed. Police lose access to digital records. The court system shuts down. Wi-Fi in the airport is turned off as a precaution. But this wasn't a random attack. It was precise, calculated. It had all the signs of a professional operation. And the criminals wanted payment in Bitcoin, of course, the dark web's favorite currency. Who did it? As cybersecurity teams race to contain the breach, federal agencies step in. It doesn't take long for digital fingerprints to emerge. The FBI traces the ransomware back to a specific strain, SAM. This malware isn't spread like a virus. It's manually deployed, meaning the attacker had to break into systems one by one, stealthily. The trail leads to Iran. 2 men are eventually indicted by the U.S. Department of Justice, Faramaz Shahi Savandi and Mohammad Mehdi Shah Mansouri. Operating from behind encrypted servers, they had allegedly extorted over $6 million from hospitals, cities, and universities, all from a laptop in the Middle East, inside the minds of digital criminals. But who are these hackers really? What motivates someone to hijack a city? Experts say SAM operators were not typical script kiddies. They were strategic, patient, and deeply familiar with system vulnerabilities. They didn't go after random targets. They chose victims that couldn't afford downtime. Hospitals, government systems, education institutions. Then they demanded ransom that was just low enough to make it easier to pay than to resist. It was business, ruthless, calculated, and completely anonymous. Thanks to the dark web and Bitcoin mixers, their identities remained hidden for years. But who are these hackers really? What motivates someone to hijack a city? The aftermath. The city of Atlanta refused to pay. Instead, they spent $17 million rebuilding their infrastructure. Yes, $17 million, far more than the original ransom. Investigators called it the costliest cyber attack on a U.S. city at the time. But the real damage wasn't just financial. Court cases were thrown out. Police body cam footage was lost. Thousands of citizens couldn't pay water bills or parking tickets for weeks. And the worst part? Even with the indictments, the hackers were never captured. Iran does not extradite to the U.S. The men remain free. The dark web connection. The SAM case reveals how vulnerable modern cities are. The dark web gives cybercriminals an edge. Tools, forums, malware marketplaces, Bitcoin laundries, all hidden beneath the surface web. SAM itself was likely customized using tools bought or shared on hidden dark web forums. And once deployed, all communications happened through Tor-based systems impossible to trace. It's a glimpse into the future, where cities can be held hostage, not with guns, but with code. The Atlanta ransomware attack wasn't the last. It was just the beginning. Since then, entire countries have faced cyber attacks. Costa Rica, Ukraine, the U.S. healthcare system, and all signs point to a growing criminal underground thriving in digital shadows. What would happen if your city, your hospital, Your police system vanished in a blink, locked behind encryption. As long as the dark web exists, no one is safe from the next digital blackout. Subscribe to Dark Web Criminal for more stories like this. True digital crimes, anonymous masterminds, and the hidden side of the internet. Until next time, stay safe, stay alert, and never underestimate a hacker with a motive.